Beloved, listen to me. As we stand at the doorway of a new year, many hearts are heavy not because of what lies ahead, but because of what they are still carrying from behind. Too many people want a new season with an old mindset. A new year with old wounds. A new beginning while holding on to old attachments. You cannot move forward while your spirit is tied backward. This year is not asking you to fight harder. It is asking you to focus deeper. It is not demanding that you prove yourself to others. It is inviting you to return to yourself. Many of you are tired, not because you have done too much, but because you have been living for too many people. You have been explaining yourself to those who never intended to understand you. You have been seeking validation from those who benefit from your insecurity. You have been carrying emotional baggage that does not belong to you. Hear me clearly. Every season has its companions, and not everyone is qualified to walk with you into the next one if you do not learn how to let them go. They will keep draining what God is trying to develop in you. Some relationships are not sinful. They are simply seasonal. Some connections are not evil. They are just expired. But because of fear, loyalty, guilt, or habit, you keep holding on. And in doing so, you delay your growth. When God wants to lift you, He often begins by lightening your load. Focus on yourself, not in pride, not in selfishness, but in responsibility. Responsibility for your mind. Responsibility for your character. Responsibility for your spiritual life. Stop blaming people for the condition of your heart when you are the one who keeps giving them access. You cannot control how others treat you, but you can control how long they stay in that position to hurt you. Some of you have confused endurance with wisdom. You think being strong means staying where you are broken. No. Strength is knowing when to walk away without bitterness. Strength is choosing peace over explanation. Strength is allowing silence to do the talking where words have failed. When you keep explaining yourself to the wrong people, you lose clarity about who you truly are. This year, focus on your inner life, because before God changes your situation, He changes your perception. Many are praying for open doors, but their minds are still locked in old disappointments. Many are asking for promotion, but their emotions are still attached to people who no longer respect their growth. God will not promote you into a future you are not prepared to sustain. Let them go. Let go of those who only know the old version of you and refuse to acknowledge the new one. Let go of those who benefit from your silence but are uncomfortable with your growth. Let go of those who celebrate your availability but resent your boundaries. If someone is offended by your healing, they were comfortable with your pain. Focusing on yourself does not mean isolation. It means alignment. Alignment with purpose, alignment with truth, alignment with what God is doing within you. When you are aligned, distractions lose their power. Opinions lose their weight. Comparisons lose their grip. You stop competing with others because you are finally committed to becoming who you were created to be. Look at your life. What has drained you the most? Was it not people? Look at your peace. What disturbed it the most? Was it not unnecessary attachments? Look at your growth. What delayed it the most? Was it not holding on to what God was asking you to release? Letting go is not losing. It is positioning. Sometimes what feels like loss is actually preparation. Many of you want clarity, but clarity comes after obedience, not before. You want to understand why certain people must leave, but understanding is not always given upfront. Faith means trusting God enough to move even when the explanation is incomplete. When you release what God has outgrown in your life, you create room for what He is about to introduce. Focus on your character, because talent may open doors, but character keeps them open. Focus on your discipline, because motivation will fail you, but discipline will carry you through. Focus on your spiritual sensitivity, because not every opportunity is a blessing, and not every open door is from God. The more you know yourself, the harder it becomes for the wrong people to manipulate you. Some of you are still fighting battles that ended years ago. You are still arguing in your mind with people who have already moved on. You are still seeking closure from those who lack the capacity to give it. Closure is not something someone gives you. It is something you decide. The moment you stop expecting others to fix what they broke, you take back your power. This year, protect your peace like you protect your life. Because peace is not weakness. Peace is power under control. Anyone can react, but only the mature can respond. Anyone can speak, but only the wise know when to remain silent. Silence is not surrender. Sometimes silence is a strategy. Focus on your growth. Growth will offend those who are comfortable with the old you. Growth will expose relationships built on dependency rather than mutual respect. Growth will require you to say no without apology. You are not responsible for how others feel about the boundaries you set to protect your calling. Let them go, not with anger, not with resentment, but with gratitude for the role they played and wisdom to know the role is over. Do not drag old names into new prayers. Do not carry old memories into new seasons. What is ahead of you requires emotional space, mental clarity, and spiritual focus. Many people miss their moment because they are too busy watching who left instead of preparing for who is coming. Stop looking back. The past is a place of reference, not a place of residence. If God wanted you there, He would have kept you there. The reason you feel uncomfortable is because you are growing. Growth stretches you. Growth separates you. Growth demands change. Focus on yourself, because no one will ever take responsibility for your life the way you must. People may advise you, but you must decide. People may encourage you, but you must act. People may walk with you for a season, but you must walk the journey. As you step into this year, do not negotiate with distractions. Do not entertain voices that confuse you. Do not reopen doors God has already closed. Every time you go back to what hurt you, you delay what is meant to heal you. God is not punishing you by removing people. He is protecting you. Let them go so you can hear God clearly. Let them go so you can think clearly. Let them go so you can love purely, work diligently, and move intentionally. This year is not about proving anything to anyone. It is about becoming disciplined, focused, and spiritually alert. When you focus on yourself, you stop begging for attention and start attracting purpose. You stop chasing people and start chasing growth. You stop reacting emotionally and start responding spiritually. The more you grow, the fewer explanations you need. So as this year unfolds, choose yourself not above God, not above truth, but above unnecessary pain, unnecessary drama, unnecessary attachments. Choose peace, choose discipline, choose growth. Choose to let go of what no longer aligns with who you are becoming. Because when you finally let them go, you will discover that you did not lose anything of value. You gained clarity, strength, and direction. and clarity is the foundation of destiny. Listen to me carefully. Many people want wholeness, but they are unwilling to release what is draining them. They want peace, yet they keep entertaining chaos. They want healing, yet they keep reopening wounds. They want clarity, yet they keep listening to confusing voices. Wholeness is not something you stumble into. It is something you choose. And that choice always demands release. You cannot become whole while holding on to what is breaking you. You cannot be strong while feeding weakness. You cannot move forward while dragging what belongs to yesterday. Becoming whole is not about adding more to your life. It is about removing what is quietly killing you. Many of the things draining you are not dramatic. They are subtle. They look normal. They sound familiar. They feel comfortable. But comfort is not the same as health. Some of you are exhausted not because of work, not because of responsibility, but because of emotional leakage. You keep pouring into places that never pour back. You keep explaining yourself to people who have already decided how they see you. You keep revisiting conversations that should have ended long ago. Every time you do this, something leaves you. Your joy, your confidence, your clarity. Becoming whole requires honesty. Honesty with yourself. You must ask yourself difficult questions. What relationship leaves me confused instead of strengthened? What environment makes me shrink instead of grow? What habit steals my time without adding value? What thought pattern drains my faith instead of building it? Until you are honest about what drains you, you will keep calling survival wholeness. Many people mistake being busy for being whole. They fill their lives with noise to avoid facing emptiness. They surround themselves with people to avoid facing themselves. But wholeness is not found in noise. It is found in alignment. Alignment between your inner life and your outer actions. Alignment between what you believe and how you live. Alignment between who you are becoming and what you tolerate. You cannot become whole while staying emotionally attached to what God has already detached from you. Some connections ended, but you keep them alive in your mind. Some doors closed, but you keep knocking in your thoughts. Some seasons passed, but you keep reliving them. Every time you do this, you drain strength meant for today. Let me tell you something important. Not everything that drains you is evil. Some things drain you simply because they are no longer assigned to you. A season can be good and still be over. A person can be kind and still not be meant to walk with you further. When you hold on beyond timing, even good things become draining. Becoming whole means accepting that loss is sometimes a gift. When something leaves your life and peace enters, that was not loss. When someone exits and clarity follows, that was not punishment. When an attachment breaks and strength rises, that was not failure. Wholeness often begins with subtraction. Many of you are praying for restoration when God is calling for separation. You are asking for healing while still touching what infected you. You are asking for strength while still feeding weakness. God does not heal what you insist on reopening. He does not restore what you refuse to release. Look at your life carefully. What drains your emotional energy? What steals your focus? What disrupts your peace? What keeps you stuck in cycles of doubt and frustration? Those are not small issues. Those are signals. Your soul speaks through fatigue. Your spirit speaks through discomfort. When something consistently drains you, it is speaking louder than words. Becoming whole requires boundaries. So boundaries are not walls, they are doors with wisdom. They decide what enters and what exits. Without boundaries, everything has access to you. And when everything has access, nothing is protected. Many people call you cold when you stop allowing them to drain you. They call you changed when you stop being available for manipulation. They call you selfish when you start choosing health over history. But hear this clearly. You are not responsible for maintaining access to your life at the cost of your wholeness. You are responsible for stewarding what has been entrusted to you, your mind, your heart, your calling, your future. Anything that consistently drains these is too expensive to keep. Some of you are emotionally loyal to people who are no longer loyal to your growth. You are staying connected out of memory, not purpose. You are staying attached out of guilt, not calling. Guilt is a poor foundation for relationships. Wholeness demands that you release what feeds on your guilt. Becoming whole also means letting go of versions of yourself that no longer fit. Old mindsets, old fears, old coping mechanisms, old survival habits. Some of the things draining you are internal. Negative self-talk, constant comparison, fear of disappointing people, need for approval. These things drain you quietly but deeply. You cannot become whole while constantly needing validation. Validation places your worth in the hands of people who may not even know their own value. The moment you stop needing applause to obey truth, something powerful happens inside you. Strength rises. Confidence settles. Peace takes root. Many people are drained because they are fighting battles they were never assigned. They are trying to fix people who do not want change. They are trying to save relationships that require mutual effort. They are trying to be understood by people committed to misunderstanding them. This is not compassion. This is self-neglect. Wholeness comes when you accept your limits. You cannot be everything to everyone. You cannot carry everyone's burden. You cannot solve everyone's problems. Some people are draining you because you keep taking responsibility for what is not yours. Release it. What is not yours to carry will always weigh you down. Some of you feel guilty when you rest. Guilty when you say no. Guilty when you choose silence. That guilt is a sign of conditioning, not calling. You were trained to overgive, overextend, overexplain. But wholeness teaches you balance. Balance between giving and receiving. Balance between service and rest. Balance between compassion and wisdom. Becoming whole requires silence at times. Silence from voices that confuse you. Silence from opinions that weaken your resolve. Silence from constant noise. In silence, you regain strength. In silence, you hear direction. In silence, you reconnect with yourself. Many people fear letting go because they confuse release with rejection. Releasing what drains you does not mean you hate it. It means you honor yourself enough to choose health. You can appreciate what was without allowing it to control what is. Every attachment has a cost. Ask yourself honestly, what is this costing me? Is it costing me peace? Is it costing me focus? Is it costing me growth? Is it costing me joy? If the cost is greater than the value, wisdom says release. Becoming whole is a process, not a moment. It happens daily through choices, choosing rest over overexertion, choosing truth over comfort, choosing growth over familiarity, choosing peace over drama. Each choice removes something draining and strengthens something life-giving. Some of you are drained because you live too much in reaction mode, reacting to words, reacting to opinions, reacting to situations. Reaction drains you. Intention strengthens you. When you live intentionally, you stop allowing everything to pull at you. Wholeness also requires forgiveness, not because others deserve it, but because bitterness drains you. Unforgiveness ties you emotionally to the very thing that hurt you. Every time you replay it, you relive it. Forgiveness is release. It frees energy that bitterness consumes. You cannot become whole while rehearsing pain. You cannot move forward while constantly revisiting betrayal. Healing begins when you stop feeding the memory of what broke you. This does not mean forgetting. It means refusing to let it drain you. Some of you are drained because you have not accepted change. Change demands adjustment. Adjustment demands effort. Effort can be uncomfortable. But resisting change drains more energy than embracing it. Wholeness flows when you accept the season you are in. As you grow, your tolerance changes. Things you once accepted now disturb you. Conversations you once enjoyed now feel empty. Environments you once fit into now feel tight. This is not arrogance. This is growth. Growth always creates discomfort before it creates stability. Becoming whole requires courage. Courage to disappoint people who benefited from your brokenness. Courage to walk alone when necessary. Courage to say no without explanation. Courage to choose long-term health over short-term approval. Some people drain you because they only know how to take. They are comfortable with your giving but uncomfortable with your growth. The moment you change, they resist. The moment you set boundaries, they complain. This resistance is confirmation that growth is necessary. Wholeness is not loud. It does not argue, does not prove, it does not compete. Wholeness is calm. Wholeness is settled. Wholeness knows when to engage and when to withdraw. When you become whole, you stop needing to convince people of your worth. Every time you release what drains you, you make space for what restores you. Space for peace, space for clarity, space for strength, space for purpose. But if your hands are full of old weights, you cannot receive new assignments. Some of you are waiting for people to change so you can be free. Freedom does not begin with their change. It begins with your decision. Decision to stop allowing access. Decision to stop overgiving. Decision to stop explaining. Decision to stop chasing. Becoming whole is choosing to respond from wisdom rather than emotion. Emotion reacts, wisdom reflects. Emotion drains, wisdom builds. When you pause before responding, you protect your energy. When you choose silence over reaction, you preserve strength. This year, pay attention to what leaves you feeling empty. Pay attention to what leaves you restless. Pay attention to what leaves you doubting yourself. These are not random feelings. They are indicators pointing to what must be released. Wholeness is not perfection. It is integration. Integration of your past lessons, present awareness, and future direction. You do not become whole by pretending you were never hurt. You become whole by refusing to let the hurt define your future. Some of you are drained because you keep returning to what God delivered you from. Familiar pain feels safer than unfamiliar peace. But peace grows with exposure. The more you choose it, the stronger it becomes. Becoming whole requires faith. Faith to trust that letting go will not leave you empty. Faith to believe that what is meant for you will not require you to lose yourself. Faith to move forward without dragging everything behind you. You were not created to live drained. You were created to live aligned. Aligned people are not easily shaken. Aligned people are not easily manipulated. Aligned people know when to hold and when to release. When you finally release what drains you, your mind clears. Your spirit settles, your vision sharpens, your strength returns. You stop surviving and start becoming. You stop coping and start growing. You stop reacting and start leading. Becoming whole is choosing yourself without abandoning truth. It is choosing peace without becoming passive. It is choosing growth without becoming proud. It is choosing release without becoming bitter. Every season demands a different level of you. What sustained you before may drain you now. What once helped you cope may now hinder your growth. Do not romanticize old survival strategies when you are being invited into wholeness. Wholeness does not ask for permission. It responds to conviction. When you know what drains you, delay becomes disobedience. Release is not always dramatic. Sometimes it is quiet, a decision, a boundary, a shift in attention. As you move forward, let your choices reflect your healing. Let your boundaries reflect your growth. Let your silence reflect your wisdom. Let your release reflect your readiness. Because becoming whole will always require releasing what drains you